G'day guys, welcome back to the Footy Stickers Project. We've had a bit of a break over the last couple of months and we are back today with a Grand Final week special. It has been a fantastic project. We started off with this 1995 Footy Stickers album. It was partially complete back in 30 years ago and I wondered if I could buy a box of 100 packs of Select Footy Stickers from 1995 and, oh, there's an extra one, and see if I could complete the album. We had 107 stickers to find. I think we did it in 40 odd packs. I think we might have about 49 left. And so today we thought we'd do an extra special because today we have been in Grand Final week this week. And of course, this week it has been the Cats versus the Lions in the Grand Final 2025. And of course, the Brisbane Lions were successful. But 30 years ago today was Geelong versus Carlton. 1995 Grand Final, Saturday, September the 30th. September the 30th is the date today. And this was the record. This is the AFL Grand Final record that year with a Michael Leunig cartoon on the front cover, player marking and kissing the footy. This is actually the national edition, the advanced edition, not the game day edition. I don't own that, but I do own this one. So I'll just quickly flip through. What did it look like? There's the Cats from that year, who once again would go on to lose. And can we find the Carlton team? There's Greg Williams from Carlton. And there is the Carlton side in that footy record, the eventual premiers. So today is 30 years to the day since Geelong and Carlton, 1995. The Blues, of course, winning their premiership. It's their last premiership. They're now facing a 30-year drought. And I thought, as a result, we could go through, since it's been 30 years, and open 30 packets of these remaining footy stickers. Now, we've got our swaps up here already. You can see I've sort of made a few different categories. Actually, maybe we'll bring it down like this. We've got our AFL logo. We've got one of those. We've got our medalists. So we've got Greg Williams, Brownlow from 94, Dean Kemp, Norm Smith, Ablett, Coleman, and Chris Scott, still relevant 30 years later, the Rising Star winner. So they're our medal stickers. These are our logos. We had at least one of each of these. Some of these we've stuck in, but look how good these look. Got our foil logos. You would have seen a couple of the photos I took with the Cats and the Brisbane Bears and Fitzroy Lions stickers at the game the other day. We've got our All Australians for that year. They came on in half stickers. So these are all our extras, of course. We've completed our album. We've got our one Grand Final sticker. There's two of these. We've got one spare. It's from 94 and then just the regular player stickers. So let's get into it. I'm going to do 30 packs. And we're going to see how many logos we can get. Now, we got something like 20 or so foils in about 50 packs. So today we should be getting 10 or 12 foils. So we'll see how we can go. All right, I'm going to start. So what we figured out was that the right-hand side is all the front half of the album, front half pages. So the club starting with A's, B's, C's, D's, and E's, and F's. And then this left-hand side is all back half, but the foils are a little bit random. So we'll get into it, and away we go. I'm going to go through pretty snappy. Okay. All right, from the Crows, Mark Rasciuto. I'm going to put them straight in here. From the Lions, from the Bears, Andrew Gowers in his long sleeve Hawthorn Guernsey. From the Pies, Scotty Russell. From the Bombers, Darren Buick. From Fitzroy Lions, Doc Wheeldon. And from the Dockers, John Hutton. Two. What I would really love to find is one of the instant wins, which I've never seen. All right, from another doc, from the Crows, Matthew Liptak. From the Bears, Lions and Bears, Alice Lynch, you'd be a happy man today. From the Maggies, Paul Williams. From the Bombers, Mark Harvey. From the Lions, Anthony McGregor. And we've got a All-Australian, Robert Harvey and Stephen Tingay. Packet number 3. Oops, wrong way. From the Crows, how's this for the mullet? Wayne Wiedemann. Another All-Australian pair, Coach Neil Baum and Craig Bradley. From the Maggies, Damien Monkhorst. From the Bombers, Dustin Fletcher. From the Lions, Jeremy Gard. And from the Dockers, Phil Gilbert. Good old Philly Gilbert. Do not remember him at all. Packet number 4. No foils yet. We'll be expecting one pretty soon. From the Crows, Mark Bickley. From the Blues, Adrian Gleeson. Another All-Australian pair. The most goals ever on one sticker, I argue. Gary Ablett Sr. and Jason Tunstall. Over 2,000 AFL goals just on that sticker. From the Bombers, Sean Denham. From the Lions, Brad Boyd. And from the Dockers, David Muir. And number 5. From the Crows, Ben Hart. From the Blues, Greg Williams. From the Maggies, Shane Watson. From the Bombers, Michael Long. From the Lions, John McCarthy. And from the Dockers, Brendan Crummell. Can't believe that. 5 packets, no foils. All right, we'll keep going. Do 15 from this side and 15 from the other. Okay, from the Crows, Anthony Modra. From the Blues, Barry Mitchell. From the Magpies, John Hassel. From the Magpies, Sav Rocker. Here we go. 3 from the Magpies. How good's that? Maggies fans. We've got, who did we get? Johnny Hassel, Sav Rocker, and the Magpies logo all in the same packet. So put that up there. And from the Dockers, Todd Menegola. We've done 6. We'll do number 7. From the Crows, Nigel Smart. From the Blues, Craig Bradley. From the Blues, Michael Sexton. From the Magpies, Graham Wright. From the Fitzroy Lions, Simon Hawking. And from Fremantle, Stephen O'Reilly. These are all turned upside down, these stickers. So I think we're going backwards in the order. All right, you can see they're going up in order. We had 6, 7, and now 8 for Adelaide. From the Crows, Craig McDermott. From the Bears, Gilbert McAdam. From the Blues, Stephen Silvani. From the Bombers, how's this? From Silvani to Hurd. Who do we have before that? McAdam. From the Doggies, Kim Costa. And from the Dockers, Peter Mann. Go this way. From the Crows, Tony McGuinness. You see all these clubs coming up every time. From the Bears, Chris Scott. You forget he played for Brisbane, don't you? He was a Brisbane player. From the Magpies, Nathan Buckley. From the Bombers, David Calthorpe. From the Bulldogs, Scott West and Scott Wine. 2 Scotty W's from the Bulldogs. From the Crows, David Pittman. From the Bears, Big Roger the Dodger Merritt. From the Magpies, Gavin Brown. Here we go, our second foil. From the Blues, look at that. We waited a long time for this one. Carlton logo, both the crest and the mascot logo. From the Doggies, Richard Osborne. And from the Dockers, Ben Allen. All right, 10 down, 20 to go. We've actually only got 2 foils so far. We'll keep going. Number 11. Coleman medal. Here we go. There we go. Coleman medal, Gary Ablett Sr. From the Bears, Andrew Buse. From the Magpies, Gary Pert. From the Bombers, Shea Cockatoo Collins. From the Bulldogs, Leon Cameron. And from the Dockers, Scotty Watters. Number 12. Here we go. They're all in order. So we've got Ablett before. Now we've got number 2. The Norm Smith medal from 1994, Dean Kemp. From the Bears, Michael McLean. From the Blues, Mel Hanna. From the Bombers, the 93 Brownlow medalist, Gavin Wanganeen. From the All-Australian team, Carey and Brown. And from the Dockers, Tony Delaney. Number 13. We'll get sticker number 3 here, almost certainly. Yep. The Rising Star, back then sponsored by Norwich. Now coach of Geelong, Chris Scott. From the Bears, Richard Champion. From the Blues, Matthew Hogg. See, I reckon. What do you reckon? Separated at birth? That's my theory, although I think this is actually drawn before he was at Carlton, but that's what I think he looks like. Here we go. Our third foil, St Kilda, and this was their logo from, this was the first year, 95, and they only, I think, dropped it last year in 2024. And the mascot logo for the Saints, it's a ripper. Fitzroy, John Barker, and from the Dockers, Dal Kickett. So 3 foils now and 3 medals. Number 14. Yep, number 4 now. We've won 1, 2, 3, and now number 4. Sean Wren from the Crows. From the Bears, Adrian Fletcher. From the Blues, Stephen Silvani. From the Lions, Martin Pike in a Melbourne Guernsey. Went on to play for Kangas and Brisbane. From the Doggies, Chris Grant. And from the Dockers, Dale Kickett. And the last one from this side, I'm going to get sticker number 5 probably. That'll be 15 done. Oh, there we go. The logo itself. Our second one. Let me know if you want this. Might put these on eBay. That's a ripper, that one. All right, it was good to get that number 15. From the Bears, Scott McIver. From the Blues, Justin Madden. From the Fitzroy Lions, Chrissy Johnson. From the Doggies, Ilya Grigic. And from the Doggies as well, Brad Johnson. All right, now we're going to go. So we've just been digging on this right-hand side. We're going to go left-hand side for 15 packets. This is actually the first sticker we got in the entire box. From the Cats, Billy Brownless. And goal kickers galore from the Hawks, Jason Dunstall. How's that? Brownless, Dunstall and Carey. There's probably 2,500 goals there. From the Kangas, Carey. Probably had another 500 for Winmar. Nicky Winmar. Here we go. North. The sticker. North Melbourne. Come on, Roos. When is it your time again? This was danger in the 90s. This was a dominant team. And from the Eagles, the 94 Norm Smith medal winner, Dean Kemp. Number 17. From the Hawks, Johnny Platten with his hair. From the Hawks as well, Mark Graham. From the Kangas, Ross Smith. From the Saints, David Grant. Also from the Saints, Justin Peckett. The Tigers. The Tigers of old. And I think this is the first year they ran with that circular logo too. How good's that look? And funnily enough, we noticed that this footy is actually sparkly, whereas the other ones, they've got it painted. All right, that's good. $17 done. I'll just sort this out. Okay. Number 18. From the Cats, John Barnes. From the Hawks, Anthony Condon. All-Australian paired backline of Mansfield and Jakovic with that lovely lush hair. From the Saints, Damon Shaw. From the Saints, Craig O'Brien. And Prince Charles himself, Brett Heddy from the Eagles. Number 19. From the Cats, Grant Tanner. From the Hawks, Raiden Tallis. From the Tigers, Chris Bond. From the Tigers, Michael Gale. From the Saints, Big Buckets, Stewie Lowe. And the eventual 95 Brownlow medalist in white shorts, Paul Kelly from the Swans. Packet number 20. From the Cats, Shane Brewer. From the D's, Paul Printke. From the Kangaroos, Johnny Longmire. Here we go. Hawks. What do we reckon, Hawks fans? How's the sort of the modernist triangle hawk head logo? From the Saints, Rod Keogh. And from the Swans, Gaspar. That's 20 done, 2/3 done, 10 to go. All right, All-Australian has this from midfield. Gary Hocking and Greg Williams. That's about as good as it gets. From the D's, Glenn Lovett. Another logo. Fantastic. The Crows. 1995 Crows. Tell me, Crows fans, it's been a long time. When's your next premiership coming? Okay, from the Tigers, Chrissy Naish. From the Swans, Darren Creswell. And from the Eagles, Michael Brennan. 22. From the Hawks, Stephen Lawrence. From the D's, David Schwartz. From the Kangas, Brett Allison, very skillful player. From the Tigers, Jamie Tape. From the Saints, looks like a spider there, Peter Everett. And from the Eagles, Michael Brennan. We just had Michael Brennan. Look at that. They're pretty random. I mean, they're not random. They're completely ordered. But for whatever reason, we just had 2 Michael Brennans in a row. From the Hawks, what a wizard, Darren Jarman. Another wizard from the D's, Sean Charles. From the Kangas, very good player, Wayne Schwass. From the Tigers, Matty Rogers. From the Saints, Darren Burke. And from the Eagles, fullback, Ashley McIntosh. All right, number 24. From the Hawks, Shane Crawford, very young there. From the All-Australian side midfield of Matera and Wren. Here we go, another logo. We're getting a few now. The Cats. Unlucky that year, runners-up. Unlucky this year, runners-up. From the Tigers, Tony Free. From the Saints, Tim Pekin. Do not remember him at all. And from the Eagles, Dom Pike with the long sleeves. 25. So tell me, what's your favourite thing about footy in the last 30 years? What's your favourite memory? Who was the best team? From the Hawks, Andrew Collins. From the D's, Brett Lovett. From the D's, Alan Jakovic. Look at that, sums him up. What a talented player. From the Tigers, still important today, Brendan Gale. From the Swans, Derek Kickett. And from the Eagles, Peter Wilson. '26, from the Cats, missed the premiership by 1 year, Peter Riccardi. From the D's, Andy Lovell. From the D's, I think he was Irish, Sean White. From the Tigers, Scotty Turner in that beautiful long sleeve Richmond jumper. From the Swans, Gavin Rose. And Maney, the Eagles, Chris Mainwaring in the 94 Grand Final Guernsey. Brownlow. Here we go. We didn't have this one. The only sticker in the pack that's got foil on the outside, the 94 Brownlow medal winner, Diesel, Quig Williams. From the D's, Todd Varney. From the D's, Stephen Phoebe. From the Tigers, Paul Broderick. From the Swans, Darren Kapler. And from the Eagles, Chris Lewis. All right, 27 down, 3 to go. Can we get the instant win? Can we get another foil? Can we get the other grand final sticker? That's what I'm looking for. I think we can. From the Cats, Paul Couch. From, here we go, Doggies. How good does that look? I'd say bring that back. That's a great, these are both great logos, I reckon. Classic. And bring back Footscray. Footscray logo. We had his twin before, this time Matthew Phoebe. From the Tigers, Greg Deere. From the Swans, Dean McRae. And gun defender from the Eagles, Glenn Jakovic. From the Cats, Andrew Wills. From the Hawks, Chris Langford. From the Kangas, Anthony Stevens. From the Saints, Robert Harvey. All-Australian pair of Hart and Silvani, the backline. And from the Eagles, Captain Johnny Worsfold. And last but not least, in this 30-year anniversary since 1995, we'll open our 30th packet in one sitting. Almost got a full album's worth of stickers, 180 stickers. Ah, here we go. What a good way to finish. I think he was the All-Australian captain that year. Gary Ablett Sr. in the 94 Grand Final jumper. 91 Brownlow medalists. Jim Steins. Veteran, played a lot of games for his age. Kangas John Blakey. Another gun. Midfielder from the Saints, Nathan Burke. From the Swans, Andrew Dunkley. And to finish it off, from the Eagles, Jason Ball. So there you go, guys. We have got a stack of swaps. Look how many standard stickers we've got spare. A couple of them are facing the wrong way. Look how many standard stickers we've got spare. They're just your standard players. We've also got that one grand final spare. We've got a whole suite of All Australians. And of course the specials, we've now got 2 AFL logos. We have got a whole suite of many different clubs logos. We actually got, how many did we get then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 out of 30 packs is not bad. Plus we got 1 each of all the medals, and we got a new AFL logo. And these are the existing ones we had. And we've also got the medalists, which we got 1 each of these. So now we've got 2 sets of these, which is excellent. All right, now it does mean we have still got, how many packets left in here? We've still got quite a few. Still got about 15, 18 packs in here. I'll keep these for another day. Never know what we'll do with these. If you really want one, I'll sell you one for some. If you give me a good shout out on the socials, on Instagram or YouTube. Hey guys, this has been the 1995 Footy Sticker Project. Just a reminder, if you're interested in this stuff, we actually filled this album. Check all my old videos back in from 30 years ago, and this special 30-year 30 pack opening is thanks to the 1995 AFL Grand Final between Carlton and Geelong. Thank you so much for this, guys. It's been really fun this year. I'll probably pull back a little bit now we've come to the end of the season. It's been really fun going down memory lane, sharing some old videos, some old highlights, some old memories. Thanks for your support. It's been fantastic, and I'll see you soon.